Alright, hello and welcome back everybody. It is the second game of the day for the North American Challenger Cup Week 4. King's Landing going to be facing off against Eternal Gaming in this one, Hindu.
Yeah, King's Landing currently sitting number 3 seed, or 3rd seed, at the moment in the North American Challenger Cup. Pretty consistent to actually get themselves there, especially with the likes of competition in the North American Challenger scene this year. Unrelinquished, Vetium, Air Cougar, Woo Woo, and Chris Pocket making up King's Landing. They're up against, though, Eternal Gaming, who are sat 19th right now, looking to try and make some headway, get themselves deeper into this tournament.
Indeed. That said, bands are starting to roll out. Serket banned out, Bastet banned out, and Sylvanas banned out. Maybe the Thor, maybe Athena, maybe the Anhur. There's a couple options still on the table. I don't really expect to see too many unusual bans coming out this early on. Maybe the counterban phase might see some little weird stuff, but I expect them to be kind of just the standard fare for these first couple.
Honestly, what you generally see in bands at the moment is a couple of jungler bands, 1 or 2 guardian bands, and the odd hunter band. That's pretty much all you're going to see for the time being. The best news is, though, like, it's not all focused on one role, but to be honest, it really is, because it's mainly on the junglers. They try and shut down as many as they can, and the odd support and hunter when they're needed. So, with the bands coming up, the one interesting one there is the ISIS ban. Now, it's not often you see an ISIS ban.
I'm guessing that's a little bit of a targeted ban going the way of... I'd like to pretend I knew who the mid laner in King's Landing is, but unfortunately I do not. So a bit of a targeted ban on that one, more likely than not. But Athena gets insta-locked as the first pick. She's very strong out of the support role. And back on the other side, some pretty big picks getting locked in as the second and third picks of this one.
Yep, Thor and Poseidon being picked up is fantastic composition from Eternal Gaming here, but King's Landing, like we said, they're positioned 3rd right now, so they're an established team. They've set up their duo lane now with that Anhur being locked in, and now Eternal Gaming have to pick up a hunter here, I feel. They really need to pick up a hunter right now, but that's going to be an Athena jungle.
It is. I am a fan of the unorthodox god picks. Athena and Poseidon make up my top list of, I want to see these guys in the jungle gods. So Athena's, like you said, going to be either jungle or solo. It works very well in either one. Late game, with proper magical power items built up, the Defender of Olympus hits for something like 1,500 damage, which is absolutely absurd if she can hit it. And I like it. I'm liking it a lot. Just where exactly are they gonna stick her is gonna be the question as we continue going forward in these picks and bans.
I like the Bacchus pick. I like what came out from King's Landing here was they picked 2 supports, okay, and obviously one of those is gonna play solo or in the jungle. But then it went over to Eternal Gaming. They had to choose to prioritize either a hunter here because Anhur was on the table and they want to get priority hunter, or go for a guardian before the counterban phase comes out. And realistically, when you look at the supports, it's going to be either Ymir or it's going to be Bacchus that you're going to want to pick up. Ymir's not going to have the best matchup against the Geb, in all honesty, in the later stages. He might be good in the laning phase for the most part, but in the later stages, not so great. Whereas he's also going to have to deal with Athena too. So Bacchus, one of these gods that's going to be able to get in and be able to try and secure these objectives. It's a big wombo combo composition coming out from Eternal Gaming here, with the Kraken, with the Thor dunk as well, and then Bacchus belly flops and drunken carnage that can come off from that. So I like Eternal's comp, but we'll see what King's Landing are going to throw back at them.
Indeed, counterbanning phase though, taking the time with this one, not entirely sure what they want to actually take off the table. Maybe a solo laner, and there's some mid lane mages still available. Mid lane these days, it's like, well, you have Poseidon, Agni, and Scylla kind of make up the holy trinity of mid laners these days. You get the occasional Yanis or Zhonghui kind of seeing play in case of Vlasis, but it's like, well, you ban out one, they just pick up the other one in general. Poseidon really doesn't... It's not like, oh, we can ban this guy up. Poseidon has a really rough time against this god. So mid lane, not really too much they can look to actually ban out there and actually, accomplish a whole lot with it. Maybe ban out another jungler potentially, but like we said, Athena's likely going to be there herself. So she could also solo lane, so it's a bit of a rough spot. What exactly do Eternal Gaming look to ban out right now? They have options, but, there's no obvious choice for them.
I think we've actually just hung in picks and bans here. You've frozen on their banning flags. I'm pretty certain it's been over. So, we're not exactly sure. Let's do a very, very quick commercial break, guys, halfway through picks and bans. Because if we don't do it, we're not going to be able to bring you the rest of the bans. We could make them up. That'll be fun and entertaining, but then you'll all be upset when we lock in Anubis and have you ever rolled with Sobex. But we'll be right back in about 30 seconds, guys. Apologies for the delay.
Alright guys, we are back. Sorry about that. The picks and bans unfortunately bugged out for us. We had to relog and wait for the picks and bans to run through once again to catch back up to where we were. It's going to be Agni for that third ban by Eternal Gaming.
Yep, and across the way you're also going to see Bacchus banned out as well by King's Landing. Ullr's going to be locked in for their Hunter pick. I like Ullr overall right now. I think he's actually a lot stronger than people give him credit for. And people are starting to realise that just with how the current meta of Hunters are at the moment, especially up against Anhur. Anhur has some very good matchups, but Ullr can actually make that almost a 50-50 in fairness, just because of the fact that he can outtrade or, potentially outplay the Anhur, and that's what Anhur's got in his kit, is fighting ability. Back over to King's Landing though, and the last 2 picks needed. At the moment they're hovering over Batz, which instigates that Athena could be going for the solo lane.
At the same time, Batz solo also works fairly well, but like you said, Batz typically is seen more in the jungle role. So we can kind of start speculating onto where exactly we're going to piece in some of these guys. They still have one more pick. I mean, they could go completely crazy. This could be a mid... there's the Scylla getting covered over. I was going to say maybe mid lane on her. There's some speculation about that. But with the Scylla lock-in, that's most likely going to mid lane. Batz locked in the jungle, so probably solo lane Athena. She's actually fairly decent over there against many, many matchups.
Well, Scylla versus Poseidon, honestly, Scylla versus Poseidon is one of these matches where Scylla's like, alright, fine, push my lane, I'm going to press 2, I'm still going to get farm, and then late game, I'm going to smash you in the face with 4 massive wolf tentacles, some sort of anime thing that's going to come out. And that's generally what happens in that matchup. Scylla can't really get killed by a Poseidon, especially when she's got beads, because she can instantly just sentinel out of a Whirlpool Kraken combo. It's pretty easy for her to escape. Last pick, though, coming in is going to be the Hercules, and that's going to be the side locked in for them as well. Eternal Gaming now have their full roster.
Indeed. I mean, look at these team comps right now. Hercules, of course, with all that displacement, there's a lot of burst damage coming out of Eternal Gaming. But at the same time, King's Landing have a massive amount of setup for Scylla. Anhur can impale somebody, Athena can taunt somebody back, Geb can knock somebody up with the Shockwave and Cataclysm, Batz can force them back away from them with the Fear No Evil. Scylla, if she can land those multiple monster combos, can absolutely turn the course of a team fight. At the same time, if they can lock her down and burst her out before she's actually able to get that combo off, that big follow-up of damage kind of gets removed quite quickly. And look at the rest of the King's Landing combo, though. They have a pretty balanced team composition, a lot of crowd control, and a pretty huge amount of global presence with Athena. And that's Defender Olympus is going to be doing a lot of damage, which support Athena we don't usually see her doing.
A lot of CC, like you said, on the side, though, of King's Landing for this one. I mean, they're going to have Geb and Athena on the table to be able to provide taunts, shields, shockwaves, cataclysms, all that fun stuff. Then they've even got Batz with the Fear No Evil. On top of that, they've still got Impales from Anhur that can be put to use, as well as the Pillar. And on top of that, they've still got Scylla with Crushes and Sickums. So the composition on the table from King's Landing, very CC heavy. A lot of beads going to have to be picked up by the side of Eternal Gaming. It's going to be up to Bacchus, in my opinion, for them to really get themselves going in this one. I think Bacchus is going to be the linchpin. He's the one that can turn the tide of battle.
Without a doubt. That said, guys, we don't need to cut for a break for this one. We're going to jump straight on into the match itself. It's going to be King's Landing, as we said, going off against Eternal Gaming. And looking at this match early on, doesn't look like we're going to see too much. No wards, actually, on the side of Eternal Gaming as of yet. Hercules just bought his potion as well, so 1 ward inside of Chris' pocket. They're not going to have much vision, but early on, it helps, but do you necessarily need it if you're just talking, communicating how the junglers just left. Junglers heading towards the dual lane, junglers heading towards mid lane. Do you really need the wards this early on in the matchup, necessarily?
I mean, to be honest, you can need them, because if you get picked early on, I mean, look at the other side of Eternal Gaming, they're going to play very safe and very passive in the right hand and back at their base, and everyone's just going to group up and not want to fight at level 1. Not sure why. I mean, there's always a chance for a pick at the early game, but no crazy level 1 shenanigans. And the wall coverage, you generally know where people are going to start. Is there a chance for invades? Well, let's look at it. It's Athena and Batz versus Thor and Hercules. I think Thor and Hercules should really win the 1v1 matchup if they do go for the invade, and I'm surprised they don't go for it, in all honesty. They have the potential to do so and find an early pick, but they're a lower seed. They're up against 3rd seed in North America right now in the Challengers Cup. Maybe they're scared of misplaying and potentially snowballing the game against them by doing that.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. We're likely seeing just a straight-up meta star coming out of this particular game. Nothing too special from these guys. I mean, overall, Season 2, without those mid-harpies able up to be contended over early on, we don't see too much invading anymore. I think going more into the Season 2 is, people are just now, I believe, starting to get comfortable with kind of the early game stuff, with the new starts and all these things. I'm hoping as the season continues, we'll see more in the way of invades coming out early on.
We will. I think we will. The more the season goes on, the more people will realize early invasions are very, very important and key to it. The mid-harpies kind of threw off a lot of mages being able to be played solo. I think we'll see a lot more mixtures of things coming out in solo. Right now, we've seen seen a warrior versus guardian. We've seen mages in there recently as well. A lot of the healing compositions have come back into season 2 for the most part. Nice driving strike combo early though onto Batz, but luckily for Woo, he did take the somersault, managing to get himself out of trouble. But he had a bit of poke. Respect that Herc.
Without a doubt, that's one of the big things with Hercules. He is alright in lane. His bread and butter is that Earthbreaker. If that lands, you are about to be absolutely hurt. And eventually he will land on mid lane. Poseidon in a spot of trouble. That second did connect. Just barely going to survive back to tower. One hit away, like you said. There's Thor coming in, looking to clean up, looking to push these guys back. But he has to be careful of those minions.
He does, but the minions were very low. There was only 2 archers as well, so he's not going to take too much than he thought he was going to. Not a bad decision to aggress there, honestly. Besides trying to use that health potion to sustain up, he doesn't want to go back to base just yet.
Another driving strike back on the tower. Unrelinquished was winning that fight prior to that driving strike. One driving strike later is all it takes to say, yeah, you know what? I want nothing more to do with this fight. I'm going to be able to zone you out still going forward. I have my potion ticking away. But Anthony is repeatedly looking for that combo for the Earthbreaker. But for now...
Took a lot of poke, though.
Yeah.
He took a lot of poke. He's going to base here. This is a good decision to base if he can, but reach, he should always back away. If he gets reached again, he's just going to delay him getting more and more golden experience. But probably going to take teleport here, I expect, to get himself back to lane straight away.
There it is.
But the problem with taking teleport, you're forcing yourself into an active that you sometimes might not use as effectively as you want to. It might have not been in the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any, like, big, we need a weakening curse. There's no lifesteal potentially from Anhur later on, stuff like that. But there's no, like, we need to have that slot available. You occasionally see people go Blink and Hercules instead of a Blink driving strike combo. It's less telegraphed than an Earthbreaker is. But, I don't know. The teleport does give you option in the soul lane. It also, a big part of it's going to be being able to respond to the Defender of Olympus from Athena. When she looks to jump over the map, help out with a gold fury fight, help out with a gank elsewhere on the map,
Very true.
Hercules can jump to a ward nearby and join the fight quickly.
Very true. I mean, it's one of those things that was it really worthwhile Athena trying to zone him off the experience there? If Unrelinquished didn't try and zone him off experience, he wouldn't have bought teleport, which means he might not have bought until later in the game, which means he might not have even gone for it, because if he gets like hit by a lot of CC, which King's Landing have, he might have looked for beads. And if that was the case, then she would have had much better map presence. But Hercules now going into that teleport early on. Mid Harpies are going to spawn soon. Athena's on the rotation. Geb's already in position. King's Landing are going to look to take both.
They are both sides getting stirred up right now. Thor trying to teleport over the wall, not going to find it in time. Chris Pocket dropping that hand to the gods down to secure it. Cataclysm coming out. They want to find a kill on Tatuki. There's a phenom from Woo as well. Sikkim, Crush coming down, trying to get up in the air with the Anvil Dawn. Not going to be in time. Woo found a kill. Can use that somersault back out to safety. Double Harpy can't pick up for those guys, plus First Blood. Not too bad.
Plus First Blood. I mean, the play from Chris Pocket there, he used Cataclysm very, very early, and everyone was like, what? But then when you think about it, he's got Hombas rotating from mid with Fear No Evil, Scylla coming around as well, that 1 second stun that comes out from Cataclysm, but enough time for his team to get themselves in position and pick up that First Blood. So nice decision making from him and the boys at King's Landing.
Having going forward right now, Athena does have the taunt online right now. Going to be able to set up some nice shield wall combos for that damage early on. It's going to be a little bit of a back and forth, not much going on type situation here for the near future, I believe. And the Mark of the Vanguard, going for the Bluestone Pendant. I think this is going to be one of these matchups they really can't kill each other unless one of them makes a pretty huge mistake. You know, Athena gets a taunt back in the tower. Hercules does a driving strike under his own tower. Situation like that. But right now,
Woo's got aggressive into the enemy jungle. Yeah. He's over at the red buff right now. Gonna check back. Harpies are up. He's been spotted out by Bacchus. And we saw Thor was rotating around there, played by Tuki, looking to try and find something. Some with a ward over the wall and pretty much a disengage. But the problem is, the whole of Eternal Gamer on the left-hand side, but look where King's Landing is going.
Up straight to the right-hand side of the jungle, looking for this damage buff, or excuse me, speed buff still. Hand of the gods drop down will be good. Tuki using that Animal Dawn, trying to get in range, but there's Venoms coming in. They might want this fight.
They do want this fight. Athena dunks down with a nice combo. Not going to find the taunt, though. He is at the end. I'm a monster. Does not connect, though. Coming out, the wolf tentacles do not land, but the Fear No Evil used to secure the kill. 3 almost used. Driving strike was used by Hercules there. Well, nicely done, but Poseidon's in trouble.
Yeah, Boulder coming down. He dropped that Kraken bomb off a little bit of time, but needs to get back on the safety of that tower. He will be able to do so. They did lose Thor in the process of that. That was actually a little bit of an underestimate there. A lot of times people forget taunt at rank 1 isn't a lot. Hercules trying to save his mana buff. Stepped a little too close to the King's Landing jungle invade once again.
Sometimes you just got to give it up. You just got to give it up and realize you're not going to be able to get that buff. You tried to rotate and they're thinking, I'm half health Hercules, but you're half health Hercules at level 6. You're not going to take that much poke. No defensive items online just yet. It's going to hurt a lot, and that's what happened to him. The team just collapsed. King's Landing take an early 3-0 and the invade.
Yep, Tuki taking a little bit of poke from that shield wall in the right-hand lane. He was looking to force Unrelinquished off that tower and did so successfully. But against Athena right now, if she's able to taunt someone with that double tap from that shield wall at this point in the game, it is going to hurt. Shoes of the Magi completed right now. It's sitting probably around a fully combined 450, 500 or so damage, so people have to be very aware of that. It's not a support Athena. She's actually going to be doing a lot of damage in this game.
She will. I mean, her scaling honestly isn't the greatest in the world. It's only 50% on a shield wall. Reach gives you 25%, I believe, and then it's 50% on preemptive strike as well. Her ultimate, though, 90% scaling is the one where the real dunk comes from, but most of the time, it's very difficult to confirm that damage unless you've got gods like Herc.
Yep, coming down the right side. They're looking at this kill to Unreal. He's going to use that preemptive strike to run away right now. Defender Olympus to get on out. Woo Woo found a kill to Paragon on the left-hand side of the map. Double kill, actually, as well. Athena getting
2 for 1 trade. Athena gets, sorry, it's 2 for 0 trade actually, because Athena did get out. Like you said, now they're going to go for the Gold Fury straight away. Vetium's going to rotate in on this Anhur. This Gold Fury is going to drop very, very quickly. And it's only the solo and jungler are left alive, and they've just used everything trying to kill Athena.
It's rough. I mean, it's one of those things immediately respond to it. Hercules is getting punted out from that gap. That actually might off. No, he's... can they... One hit? One. Come on, they're going for it. Chris Pocket tanking the tower. The shockwave. Not going to be enough from that, the far end of it. They were looking for the kill. Chris Pocket, unfortunately, punting their target away. It's like... He'll
be angry with that one. He'll be angry with that. That punt away just managed to like let him live. He would have been dead otherwise. Well, he should have been dead otherwise because he could have still driving striked, but I think he would have probably gone down there. 6-0 though, King's Landing. 6,000 experience, 4,000 gold lead. Going to return to their base, buy some more items, and start clearing up their own jungle now that they just took the enemies.
Yeah, that goal for your pickup as well. Kind of slingshotting them into a strong lead right now. Going forward, some items coming on, like I said, by spending some of that gold they just earned for themselves. You can start to see a little bit of an item discrepancy coming out. Athena going for the Breastplate of Valor route, going to be doing a lot more, with that cooldown reduction online, plus a little physical protection, going to be a much better matchup for her against Hercules. Unrelinquished so far is doing well in this matchup, but Hercules still does hurt. His abilities ranking up do a lot. Double tap from that shield wall, 2/3 of his health, plus Woo coming in. That teleport, not even going to be needed. The Sacred Monkey itself, the final bounce, found that kill. They're looking for Tuki as well, but he's going to teleport on the tower. They might just look to dive this one. They have the Fear No Evil, and there it is.
No hammer. No hammer. He's going to get instantly assaulted with the overhand smash. And there's Athena with the shield wall one more time. Bring him down too. They're going to wait for the next minion wave to come in. They should be able to take down this tier 1
Blink Cataclysm coming out. They're looking for Anhur coming out. Desert Fury not going to find a kill in front of him. Dispersed used to close the gap. But here's Poseidon. The Kraken comes out. Only a little bit of damage. They're looking to turn this one back around. They might have the opportunity. Chris Pocket right now trying to roll out and get himself out of here.
He's drunk, but he gets immunity. Oh, good impale out from Vetium, and now with Athena dunking in, that's going to be a dead Poseidon. Now he's going to turn his attention to Bacchus. But meanwhile, on the backside, a monster comes out from Ayakuga. He won't find the second one as the flop comes out. 10-0. King's Landing are starting to snowball with the rotations coming online.
They are, and with that rotation, 4 members over here on this left side of the map, they're going to get this tier 1 tower, and now they're uncontested. Actually, this might be uncontested. They're looking to clean out these 2 guys remaining, trying to defend the tower. Tier 1 towers, we always talk about them not really being worth defending, and losing a guy... Ooh,
Chris Pocket. Looking for Chris Pocket. Boulder. They're going to find him, but can Tuki get out now because he just used a lot for that one. Going to get hit by a crush. Half his health is evaporated. There's a pillar to slow him down as well. Taunt is needed to come out. There it is. Unrelinquished finds it with the reach. And now Cougar on the front line here going to find the cripple. They're going to find the crush damage. They are. And now he's Unrelinquished going to clean this one up. Not right now. Meanwhile, mid. Woo Woo. Look for the kill on Poseidon too. King's Landing just going around the map, destroying everything right now.
This still was some jungle buffs. We always talk about how most teams will not bother defending tier 1 towers, and we're talking about that usually about 15-20 minutes in. Fire giants are being killed already and stuff like that. This early on, you say, oh, it's a tier 1 tower. It's like really powerful still. We just saw King's Landing, Chris Pocket tanked up the tower for a long time. He took a lot of damage and he did fall. The other 3 members who were actually there for that fight just took the tower and cleaned up a bunch of additional kills. So even if they had defended it, only losing 1 god in the process, like instead of giving them just 500 gold for the tower, we gave them about 800 because they got a kill in the process. Even if that kill on Chris Pocket answering back, they spent a lot and they didn't even defend the objective right there. So that's a rough play overall for those guys.
They're over 1,000 experience a minute ahead of the boys of Eternal Gaming right now. Eternal Gaming need to get the ward coverage up. They've got decent wards for the moment though, but the rotations are really hurting them coming out from King's Landing. They overcommitted right, trying to pick up Athena, and try to kill Athena is not the easiest task in the world when she's building defensive anyway, and that gave them the Gold Fury, and now the game's just starting to continue to flow into King's Landing's favor.
Yeah, as a Guardian, she gets a lot of protections just for leveling up to the regular characters or god scaling. And, you know, she's not a warrior. It's going to be fairly hard to kill. The Soul Lane Assassin's, you know, pretty easy. Like I said, Athena, not so much with that breastplate as well. There's a lot of physical damage coming out of Eternal Gaming. Tukey, mid lane, caught out. Desert Fury for good measure. Chris Pocket ends up picking the kill off that auto attack. He's tanking up the tower. Woo found the kill with the help of Athena in that right lane onto Hercules. They're looking for this mid lane tower right now. They got the tier 1 in very short order. Not really much defense offer for that one. Tier 2, it's worth a lot more gold. Eternal Gaming might really seriously consider looking for this, but Athena rotating in. They want to take this tower.
Blink! Cataclysm not going to find it. Dunk's not going to find it either, but on the front line going to go deep. Shield wall. Taunt. Good beats coming out from Poseidon to get away from the taunt shield wall combo, but they do start picking down the tower, and Unrelinquished is still trying to zone. We're going to look for a taunt again soon. Keep an eye on him. He's going to go in again.
Yeah, Bacchus trying to zone out. Belch of the Gods coming in, not going to find the stun. Got a little too far forward. Vedium just turned this focus to him and just got burst down. He only has Shoes of the Magi online right now. No defensive item on Bacchus. He gets some protections from his Chug, but it's not enough, as we just saw. Hercules got caught by the driving strike, immediately beats him back out to safety. Hercules impaled to the wall. The pillar coming down. Vedium looking for that one, but he's going to be all right for the time being.
Yeah, he'll be fine for now. Meanwhile, right inside, Thor's trying to defend the tier 2 over here. Has to ult away to defense, so that's another skill on cooldown right now. And now Unrelinquished going to come in again. No beads available for Poseidon this time round. Top Fado Evil combo, wombo down. Woo, with yet another double kill for himself. And Eternal Gaming just having a hard time trying to get themselves even in this one right now.
Yeah, King's Landing. Not necessarily bait. They were waiting for them to come to the jungle. Eternal Gaming didn't necessarily play it incorrectly. The problem was 2 members poked. They knew they were chasing 3, and Vedium just jumped over the side. Not Vedium. Woo jumped over the side with the somersault into that Fear No Evil, and they just exploded those members of Eternal Gaming who were poking the nose into that jungle. We talk about vision all the time. They didn't know exactly where everybody was, and they kind of walked right into that. They're going to use the opportunity as well. Pick up that gold fear on the left-hand side of the jungle. Golden Hand right now, sitting about 1,500 for a couple of those guys inside of King's Landing. That's another tier 1, tier 2 worth of an item. Maybe an item or 2 finished off as well. Going forward, King's Landing have themselves about a 9,000 gold lead right now, and it's only going to keep on growing if they keep doing what they're doing.
It will. This game all started from those mid-harpies, though. The engagement at the start of the mid-harpies, King's Landing got both, as well as the first blood. Then with the rotation from Thor to the solo lane, they got Gold Fury and some more kills at the mid-harpies. And then from there, it's just been Gold Fury, push down towers, group up of King's Landing done because they realised they're ahead now. Woo is level 16 against level 10 Thor, who just got fully dunked down from a Fear No Evil, plus Defender of Olympus. So Relinquish going to go in on Poseidon again. And there's a Kraken that's not going to do much damage. There's a Boulder that's not going to do much damage. But there's a triple kill for Woo. Will he find a quadra?
And he's looking for Anthony on the tower right now. They could potentially find it. Sacred Monkey bouncing around. Not going to be able to teleport in. Summer Overrun Smash coming down. They're looking to close this one out. Unrelinquished going to take the 4th kill that engagement. But they want this tier 2 tower. And Woo realizing maybe 400 health on Hunbat's not quite enough to tank this up to kill it.
Not too much they can do in this one right now, can Eternal Gaming. They're losing the tier 2 towers. The problem is that King's Landing realized they were so far ahead in this game that they instantly grouped up very, very quickly and just abused the level advantage across all the gods that they have. Eternal Gaming are very, very late on the tower defenses. If there's 3 men there, they have to have 3 defenders minimum. They have to have the wave clear there to defend. The problem is that Ullr's wave clear at this stage not going to be strong enough. Poseidon is the only one really with wave clear here. Hercules has to let the minions come into the tower to be able to clear them, and that's when they're getting to get sieged and lose tier 2s everywhere.
Yep, like the one that just fell mid lane. 2v4, they're looking for the fight. Tukey, no! Just barely able to get up into that Anvil of Dawn in time to escape that engagement. The stun combo coming out from Vedium with the impale into the pillar locked him down almost long enough. That was 2v4 him now. They're looking for these fights.
Ullr just baited himself into a fight that he was not going to win there. He defended the tower, but chased down 2 low health targets, and now his team is rotating. Going to find some issues themselves as the Fear No Evil connects with Poseidon. He's going to walk into the back line and find an Anhur waiting for him. Good Intoxicate, though, coming out from Bacchus to try and save him, but Unrelinquished is having none of that with the preemptive strike. Meanwhile, the rest of the team clearing up the tier 2 tower. Unrelinquished does get shut down now. Bacchus trying to escape, but Tukey's in trouble, has to jump to his hammer as they push on for the Phoenix.
Yep, they're going to look for it. Vedium and Woo are going to make quite quick work of this. They have the mains to remove that backdoor protection as well. Anthony's hanging nearby, looking to defend this, but right now, he needs the rest of his team to group up and look for this. The Phoenix, though, will fall too quickly for them to actually get back from that fountain. Woo taking a little bit, not going to find the sun. Good stone shield coming out from Gab. But right now, that means fire minions swarming down that right side lane for the foreseeable future, and they're actually looking to go straight onto the base right now.
I'm a monster might come out any second. He's hovering with it, waiting for the right opportunity. Watch out for Bacchus. They tried to get him on the flop, but he flops away. You can't kill a fat man when he can jump like that. And now Woo-Woo's going to have to jump out himself, talking about that as Tuki goes aggressive. Anthony trying to land the Earthbreaker, not going to find it this time. The boys at King's Landing going to back up now. They didn't get the kills they wanted. They're going to try and base. No, they're not. They're going in again with Fear No Evil. Vetium destroys from Woo-Woo with the other one. And now he's going to try and get out again. Here comes Defender of Olympus. Not in time.
Yeah, I think Woo-Woo may have relegated himself to his fate right there. It's like, yeah, I'm dead. I'm just going to stand here for a second. Not realizing Defender of Olympus was currently being deployed by Athena. So her little ticket to the party not actually coming through for her. Blink forced out by Chris Pocky. Didn't like it forced out by that one. Vetium's out of mana. Has to be careful. Belly flop coming in. Stone Shield to avoid some damage. But can he get out alive right now? No mana for Disperse right now. He's a decent ways off as well. But reinforcements are here.
His bait. Relinquish comes in, eats an axe to the face. Chris Pocket does not land a very good calculus that time round though, but the Impale is good onto Bacchus, who's going to go down, spin to win, going to secure Vetium. Chris Pocket's going to watch his position now, he's out of mana here, but Relinquish on this Guardian solo laner is crunching. 2v1.
Yeah, Tuki just getting completely tricked. He has the Own's Wrath online, but no defensive items. We don't really see many on Thor. The Titan is under attack from the Firemans right now. That Phoenix being down is going to be a huge thorn on the side of Eternal Gaming. It's rough to deal with at any point in time. Nevertheless, this early on, Friendly Phantom getting caught by the taunt, taking that second shield wall worth of damage for about a third of his health right there. Unrelinquished right now is going to be hard to kill. Ethereal Staff, Breastplate of Valor, Shoes of the Magi, doing damage, doing work with those taunts, setting things up, and also Shield of the Underworld picked up, which means when they try to kill her, she's going to kill them right on back.
Now the thing with Eternal Gaming there was that long engagement where they chased kills through the jungle. They shouldn't have done that. The targets were low. King's Landing had to base. If they would have just let them go back, they could have tried to rush the Fire Giant and give themselves a way back into this game, in my opinion. Or try and get the wards deep down at the Fire Giant, ready for the Fire Giant fight. It would have bought them a chance. But now, because they continued fighting, some of their members died, and Woo-Woo's going in again and looking for more kills here. Kraken's already on cooldown. There's a Defender of Olympus.
Paris Stilettos to the face. Not fun at the best of times.
Combo.
Tuki trying to get into Anvil Dawn, not going to happen this time. They're looking to clean up house right now. Woo still going forward until Anthony getting caught down. Sikkim coming out. I'm a monster. Airkruger finds that kill. Catastrophe, the only one still staying on this side of the map. Ullr's trying to do what he can, trying to farm, trying to catch himself back up. But this could be a Fire Giant right now for King's Landing. No one really nearby to do anything about it, with Woo zoning out the support right now. And actually, they're looking to pick him up and will do so.
They will pick him up. Meanwhile, the rest of the team are going to take the Fire Giant. All did go over and take over his attack speed buff, defend the tier 2 tower, but he's not going to be there to defend the Fire Giant. Poseidon respawns with ult to try and defend this Titan. Woo was going to watch himself a little bit if he axes that question, but he didn't know he already knew the answer, or he missed the time, the answer, or whatever you want to say. Friendly Phantom did some good poke onto Woo, but not going to find it, and there's the Fire Giant.
Yeah, Fire Giant's down. He's looking for the kill to Woo though. Berserker Barrage coming out. Woo just barely going to survive. Good talk from Unrelinquished. Paragon does find that kill on the tail end with the Whirlpool, but Unrelinquished answers straight back on the Tuki. And with that Fire Giant buff on all, well, 4 members right now at least, and on a 4v4, they're going to be looking for this Phoenix here. Good Stone Shield avoiding that driving strike from Hercules.
Good shield. Once again, good shield coming out. Unrelinquished could be able to take up the front line with the help of Chris Pocket as well, with that Cataclysm Shockwave combo onto Poseidon, who's trying to back away. Bacchus trying to body block as long as he can, but if you body block and impale into the Phoenix, you're not going to live very long. Yeah. Catastrophe goes down, and the second Phoenix also goes down. Right Phoenix due to respawn, but it'll drop in seconds.
That it will. Airkruger waiting nearby. Minions strolling the way on past, though. So Airkruger might eat a tower shot or two for his trouble. Going to throw that crush down immediately, kind of just deterring Anthony from going back forward. Phoenix on the right hand falling again. Left side tier 2, not long off. Airkruger actually finding that kill. Now needs to run for her life. Defender Limits dropping down. Reinforcements are here, and immediately you see Eternal Game up. And here comes Athena. We are getting the hell out of here right now because we want nothing to do with that combo.
Tier 2 tower does finally fall on the left-hand side too. Chris Pocket and Vetium, they're looking for the Phoenix down there. Meanwhile, mid lane, Unrelinquished going aggressive again, going to do some nice damage once again. Satsuki, who has to beat a little bit late, not going to find this. The Sikkim, but it's not going to come out for now. Unrelinquished going in again, looking for more aggression. It's really rough for Eternal Gaming, but this one's pretty much looking grim.
Yeah, one Phoenix left staying on the map. Did you see the King's Landing guys rotating over to take that one down? That means no more extra protections on the map here for the Titan in a very short little while. Tectonic Rip came down and zoned them out a little bit. They could look for the fence here at this Phoenix. They need to do something right here, right now. But can they find the fight? Vetium forced back, but they couldn't find the kill.
Aggression coming out. I'm a monster is still being channeled, but the boulder connects with Hercules. Gonna go find it. Vetium's in trouble. Friendly Phantom secures that kill. Good talk from Athena. They're gonna find one, but has she got any more damage to clean up the rest? Is the question. No preemptive strike. Now it's available. Jumps away. Flop does not connect. She's out for now. But in comes Chris Pocket.
Should I'm back to the fight. There's a Panther Strike looking for Paragon in the middle lane. Paragon rather in the mid lane. Good taunt. Found two. Woo Woo coming in. Double kill off that somersault. Friendly found the only one left standing. Cataclysm to lock down that kill. Hercules, the only one standing still between King's Landing and the Titan, with fire minions bearing down on it as well. There's a lot of them here. He's caught in the middle of these guys, not able to move out. Woo Woo gets the kill, gets the deicide, and with only 30% health on the Titan right now, a little bit of miscommunication what they want to do, but it looks like Chris Pocket's like, screw you guys, forget the Phoenix, I'm killing the Titan, and he's slowly but surely doing it as the rest of the team rotates up ahead to finish that off. The Titan will fall. They got Tukey one more time at the end of that. Air Cougar, I think, actually fell as well. But with that, King's Landing going to be moving themselves on to the quarterfinals with a rather convincing victory.
They do. King's Landing move on again. They finished third. They're currently seeded third, like we said. They're up against Return in the next round. Eager to advance over Excess. Noble Esports beat Team 1 up. High Five is still playing against Team Kipo. Legion are currently up against Paragon Elpis. The Why Nots versus Mama I'm on TV. Well, at the moment, they've not been on TV. But if they win their game against the Why Nots, maybe we will see them on TV. As that was King's Landing, guys. We'll be back shortly after the short little break with the next round matchup of the quarterfinals.